welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you another deck profile. This is going to be my Kaiju Zoodiac. Thought I'd throw something different together for a little bit of a change, and honestly I've been surprised at how well this has been doing for me for locals, so I thought I'd continue on it. I do have some changes I may make, but thought I'd show off what I started with and kind of go through some of the choices that I've made so far. But otherwise, let's jump right into it. Starting with the monsters, we got our zoo package is going to be 3 Thoroughblade, 3 Whiptail, and 2 Ram. Pretty standard. I think I may want to do a 3rd Ram or potentially a whip or a Bunny Blast, but so far it's been working out fine for me. With the Tenkies and Barrage, usually see 1 at least in your opening hands or draw into 1. This is a going second deck, so usually that 6 card usually ends up being the way to get it. Moving on to our hand traps. We are on 12 hand traps. We got 3 Nib, 3 Ash, what should be 3 Bell, but I'm missing the 3rd, so we got 1 Crow, and then 3 Meister. Moving forward, like I said, this will be the 3rd Bell, likely. Going into larger events, I'd probably main the Drolls, just because I'd be expecting like Drytron matchups and stuff like that, or potentially the Lancias, but those are in the side, so I do have them. This has worked out pretty well for me so far, especially again going second. Want to see as many hand traps as possible, disrupt your opponent's plays, so that way you can do what you need to do next turn, which is clear the board and set establish control basically. And we got our Kaiju package is going to be 2 Gamma Seal, Jizakuru, Kumungus, Dogaron, and Gadarla. As far as I've seen, most usually only use 4. I went with a little bit bigger one just to either try and see 1 early if I don't see the Slumber. I may cut it down though after testing. We'll see. The Gamma Seal, of course, being the smaller one, so usually I give them the Gamma Seal just because I can run it over pretty quick. Gadarla because of Tri-Brigade to out the statue. Pretty standard stuff there, I believe. This is my first time playing a Kaiju Zoo build, so, you know, I did some homework on it before I put it together, but kind of just slapped it together and started rolling with it. And the last monster we have is Pink, because I don't have alphas, otherwise it's still really strong to see. In the next build I will be playing alpha. And then onto the spells, we got 3 Slumber, of course, 3 Tenki, 3 Twisters, then Reborn, Barrage, Called By, and Feather Duster. Obvious, you know, these guys are fairly obvious, so I don't think I need to explain it, just be able to see your stuff quicker. Twin Twisters and Duster, because back row is probably the hardest thing to deal with this deck, since it's mostly made to clear off monsters and go from there. I would probably play the Lightning Storms over the Twisters if I had them, but, you know, playing with what I got. Called By, self-explanatory, and then Monster Reborn, of course, gives you another extender. Alright, and that's it for the main deck. And then moving on to the extra deck, fairly standard, nothing special here. Got Megaclops, Asa, good for the mirror match, or for zoo matches. I haven't really had it come up, so may swap it out for something else, not sure yet. Zeus, 2 Chaka 9, 2 Mortar, 2 Borbo, 2 Hammer Kong. I don't think you really need 2 Hammer Kong, so it's kind of a flex spot there for the second one. Drident, Vespinato, and Entis. Again, another flex spot there. For my locals, there's few that play Dogmatica and use Maximus, so I thought, why not? And I may decide to side in punishments. I'll kind of go over that in a minute in my side deck. Otherwise, like I said, fairly simple, just a lot of flex spots there if you want to mess around with it. You don't necessarily need the Megaclops or the Asa or the Intis, but use it how you want, basically. And then for the side deck, we have our other hand traps. We have Dimension Shifter. Of course, kind of gives you a free turn against Drytron most part. Helps against Virtual World, any other graveyard reliant deck, right? It's cool if you open it, but late game, mid-late game, or even after turn 1 in general, it's kind of a dead draw. So I might switch out from it. Then we have Lancias and Drolls, fairly obvious. If I was playing in larger events, I would probably main the Drolls. And then for control matches or anything that ends up going into grind games, we got Avarice to reset everything. May switch to maining them, we'll see. 2 Dark Hole, another way to clear the board that doesn't lose to Ash. 2 Imperm and 2 Evenly. Imperm not really as useful right now. Evenly obvious, you know, can end up opening a board, and then once you establish control, as long as you can keep it, kind of wins you games, right? Like I was saying, I was kind of thinking about siding the punishments because I think I want to side some more go first options, so that way either my opponent picks up on it, makes me go first, right? It gives me more options to, you know, have a board and not necessarily lose the game right away, or if I want to throw them off, go first myself if I lose game 1, game 2, whatever it may be. And potentially even for longer grind games gives me more options. Not too sure yet. I have a few different ideas I want to mess with. Like I said, this is the first build of the deck that I started with. I've been seeing a lot of success with it, been enjoying it. Something different. But otherwise, you know, that's it. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Hey everyone, if you liked today's video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe for more content.